stars of the machine. just about ready to get started here with the second squad in the men's round 1 qualifying. They've got one pair getting a little bit of extra practice time. I would presume that's due to a lane breakdown, so as soon as they wrap up, and it just happens to be the left of our featured pairs, once they wrap up their practice, things should get started here pretty soon. So while we wait for them to get started, let's run through the standings from the first squad. This morning it was Peter Hellstrom of Sweden leading the way at 15:43. That is an average of just over 257 for 6 games. Bodo Konieczny of Germany in second place at 14:68. Dmitry Chilkine of Belarus at 14:36 in third place. Fourth place, Nino Stenko of Slovenia. Fifth place, David Porto of Australia. That's your top 5 from the first squad. And you'll see that scrolling on the bottom of your screen. We'll update that after each game as we move along. Everybody who's on this squad, you'll see, has a score of 0 on the scrolling scoreboard on the bottom of your screen. So the countries that we've got on the featured pairs this game, we've got the Netherlands, Czech Republic, Bahamas, Ukraine, Russia, and El Salvador. Game 2, it's going to be Israel, Serbia, Reunion, Azores, Costa Rica, and Iraq on the featured pairs. Live coverage of the QubicaAMF World Cup here in Krasnoyarsk, Russia. Here on Bowl TV, thanks to the folks at QubicaAMF, working together here with Bowl TV to make this broadcast possible. Also, thanks to the local organizing committee for all their hard work in making this tournament so far a brilliant success. Sure seems like it will be a great tournament just in the early stages here, first day of qualifying, but so far so good. Let's keep our fingers crossed that that trend continues. Alex de Vries of the Netherlands now has the front four. It's pretty tall, so you can't really try to see the ball going down the lane when he's on that right lane. Misha Kalika of Ukraine with the front four as well to start things off here in game number 1. Of course, this morning, first game, we saw a 299 in the opening game. From the Greek bowler, Stefanidis, opened up with a 299, and then Lithuania came in the final game with our first 300 of the tournament. Now, while we have a quick break in the action, let's take a look at that final shot in the 300 game earlier today. You can see there, final shot. Perfect looking shot. Big reaction. And it was definitely very exciting. Both the Netherlands and the Ukraine with the front 5 this game to start things off. It's a very high scoring first squad. Alex can keep it going, and he does. Front 6 now for Alex de Vries. Gonzalo in the chat, hello from Paraguay. Hello there, thanks for watching. Not sure if we've ever had anybody from Paraguay watch live stream before here on Bowl TV, so thank you very much for tuning in. Misha Kalika of the Ukraine now with the front six. So we've got some great action early on here on our featured pairs in this first game. From the Bahamas with a strike. 3 in a row for him. Misha Kalika up for the Ukraine here. 7th frame. He's been perfect so far. Yellow jersey there. Let's see if he can keep it going. Another good looking shot. And it's another strike. Front 7 for Kalika. And here is Alex de Vries of the Netherlands with the front 7, looking to turn it into 8 consecutive strikes. Boom, he got another one. Here we go, folks. Already had 1-300 in the tournament, and we are moving right along here in game 1 on this second squad. These guys are putting on a display early on here at the World Cup. All right, so Misha's going to go next here, far right side of your screen with the front 7, trying to get to 8 in a row to start off game 1. Another great shot. And he gets the strike. Ron Hatfield, a gold level coach, is Misha's coach, the head coach of the Ukraine program. You can see him right there, bottom right corner of your screen, Ron Hatfield. One of the top coaches in the sport of bowling, helping out in the Ukraine for a while now. Oh, look at the shot from Lockhart from the Bahamas as he gets the 10 to go down for 4 strikes in a row. All right, looks like they're both going to be up pretty much at the same time here. Alex de Vries is going to go first. Left side of your screen, front 8. Dutch bowler trying to take it to 9 in a row to start off this game. There's another one, front 9. Now can Kalika match it? On the right side of your screen here, trying to go for the front 9. Pressure starting to build here, and he throws it in the channel. That one got away from Kalika, and it goes in the gutter on the front 8. Well, you don't see that every day, but Misha's still got a great game going and look to make the spare and come away with a big game to start off this first game of qualifying here for the second squad. A question in the chat wants to know how the weather is here. It's actually not been too bad. There was some snow when we arrived, and it was below freezing, but it has warmed up a little bit. I haven't been outside in a day and a half, to be honest with you. And but yesterday, I think it got up to around 41 degrees Fahrenheit, which is pretty nice this time of year here in Siberia, and all the snow kind of melted away. Let's see if Misha can make the spare. Again, he's shooting the spare now, and well, it's too bad that first one got away from him. Otherwise, we might have been looking at a perfect game out of Kubica, but take the spare, and he can max at 270 now. All right, so here we go. Alex DeFries stepping up, front 9. Can he keep it going? Already had 1-300 in this first round. And DeFries gets the front 10. Ten down, 2 to go for Alex DeFries. Misha gets another one. Gets a strike, I should say. He's going to bowl 270 if he strikes out, but here's DeFries looking for the front 11. He's got it, and we are 1 strike away from our second 300 of this tournament. And it's just the first day, second squad. Perhaps a sign of things to come. We've already had a 299 and a 300. Looking for another one here. So can Alex DeFries seal the deal here? He has got the front 11. Do we have a perfecto in the works here? Here it goes. And we've got it. 300 game, Alex DeFries from the Netherlands. Live on Bowl TV. How about that? And what a start to the tournament for the Dutch bowler. 100 game here in this first game. Wow.
Did you get it?
So a 300 game here in game 1 for Alex DeFries. Wow, that was exciting stuff right there, folks. What a way to start the tournament. Great stuff early on here in qualifying. 2 300 games, one of them live here on Bowl TV. Thank you, Alex, for putting a 300 game live here on Bowl TV. It's always exciting to see one, and we love it when it's right here in front of our cameras. Good stuff. I think that we will have quite a few of those to come in this tournament. Lockhart from the Bahamas putting together a big game as well. He can go 258 if he strikes out, left side of your screen. And he gets another strike, 6 in a row for him. The Russian with 266, the Ukrainian 269, as scores pretty high here in game 1 as expected. Big news, a 300 game from Alex DeFries. Here to start off the second squad of the opening round. How many 300s will we see this week? I said during the break to some folks back in the office, I thought it might get to double digits, and with a 300 game on each squad so far and a lot of games to go. It certainly looks like that's likely. Already 2 300s and a 299 so far here today. $247 for the Bahamas. Good start there.
Loose.
What a great start to the tournament for Alex DeFries. You can actually rewind the live stream and watch it back if you want. Right under the Bowl TV logo on the video, if you put your mouse there, you'll see a little white circle that will pop up, and you can rewind it back a few minutes and see the final shot there, or all of the shots if you want, of the 300 game. You can wind it back and see that 300 game just happened live here on Bowl TV. Always great when they happen right in front of us, isn't it? Everybody loves to see a perfect game, and we got lucky today getting one right in front of us. Now making the move for game 2.
Second part of the game. Oh, you don't really have to go.
All right, so new bowlers coming into the featured pairs. We're going to have Israel, Serbia, Reunion, Azores, Costa Rica, and Iraq. I'm looking at the statistics for the streaming. I see a lot of you are watching in low quality, and I want to make you aware that it is possible to watch it in better quality. So you see the arrow right there pointing down at a little round gear symbol. If you click that symbol, you can adjust the quality, and there is much better quality than what most of you are watching the streaming at. So if you select that gear, change the quality to 720p HD, that will give you the best possible picture quality if your internet connection can manage it. So take a look at that. You may want to give that a look and see if you can increase the quality. Standings are updated, and you'll see them coming through on the bottom of your screen. Obviously, Alex DeFries, based on average, leading with the 300. And Kalika in second, 269. The bowler from Iceland, Arnar Sæbergsson. I know I said that wrong. He's in third, 268 on this squad. Alexei Parshakov of Russia, 266. Fourth place on the squad. It's always fun. One of the things about the World Cup is trying to pronounce the difficult names. Some more difficult than others, so my apologies if I say the name wrong. Of Iraq with a double to start. I was talking to him a little bit yesterday. Actually lives in Los Angeles. But born in Iraq. Again, you can see the standings scrolling on the bottom of your screen, or if you want to, you can go to the official website of the QubicaAMF World Cup, which is QubicaAMF.com, and click on the World Cup words at the top of the page, or right below the video you're watching here, there's a description of the event with a link for the results and live scoring. You can go there, and live scoring is available. You can see any pair in the house. A lot of strikes to start off this game. James Stanley, Costa Rica with the front four. Got Ora Evram with Israel with the front three. And Or with the 10 pin, so that ends his string. By the way, Alex DeFries moved off to our left to 11 and 12. After bowling 300, he's gone strike, and he had a split in the second for an open and double after that. Actually just threw another one, so 3 in a row. So he's continuing to bowl well over there. Kalika from Ukraine, who bowled 269 with a gutter spare in the ninth, is at the front four this game. So Kalika is bowling well here in game 2 as well. Gotta love the body language from Tomasin of Iraq. Fun to watch. Really loves bowling. Like I said, talked to him a little bit. He bowls league in Los Angeles, California, but he was born in Iraq. He's been in LA for, I think he said 7 or 8 years. Before that, he lived in the country of Jordan for a number of years. Says there's not much bowling in Iraq these days. Guess you would kind of expect that. Not really a priority in that country. Got nobody going at 300 on our featured pairs now this game. Closest we've got is to our left, and that would be Kalika, Ukraine, with the front 5. Kubica just ended his string with a solid 9-pin off to the left. Jack wants to know why the USA did not send their top bowlers to this tournament. Well, we did based on performance at the Team USA trials. The winners of the Team USA trials automatically earned spots to compete in the QubicaAMF World Cup. And Danielle McEwen won for the second consecutive year on the team trials. And John Serminski won this year, and they started that last year with the allowing the winners of the team trials to automatically get spots at the QubicaAMF World Cup. So that's how John Serminski and Danielle McEwen ended up here this week. Across the scoreboards here, the second game doesn't look like we're going to have a 300 here in game 2. Everybody who had a string of strikes has missed. game number 2, just winding down here. Just a little bit ways to go before game 2 finishes up. Okay, they bowl 6 games, and after this squad ends, all the men will be done for the day, and the women will be up next. 2 squads of women's competition coming up this afternoon and evening here on Bowl TV Live from Krasnoyarsk, Russia. All right, so we've got a very special guest stepping in now, a woman who has dominated the World Cup in recent years, Almi Guerra from the Dominican Republic.
Hey, Lucas. Thank you for the invite. Happy to be here.
How are things going for you? You obviously you've done really well in this tournament the last couple of years. You won 2 years in a row and finished second last year, and now back again in the middle of Siberia. And scores looked a little bit high. Does that concern you at all?
Well, you know, the World Cup always has a very forgiving sort of pattern.
Yeah.
It's pretty much a carry fest. But during official practice yesterday, I think my look looks good. You're always a little bit concerned when their scores are so high because it puts you in a very kind of hard position to shoot big scores. And there's a lot of talent here this year, a lot of good players. So as usual, it's about performing well, doing the best you can, really. But the World Cup is, for me, more about enjoying it, having fun. And it's such a friendly atmosphere. I think you can feel it as soon as you get here. For me, I think that's the key. I'm always so happy here that I think it reflects a little bit on my bowling.
Yeah, it definitely, and you bowl events all over the world. World Championships, Zone Championships, everything. And this tournament has a much different feel to it. It's less competitive, more friendly, more laid back, more of a kind of a social event, but it's still competitive. Don't get me wrong, but it's a little bit more laid back and easygoing, right?
I think during the qualifying rounds,
yeah,
you see
of
that.
Course, yeah.
There's a lot of friendliness going on. There's different levels of talent around, and you see all these countries. I mean, they said 74 countries are
78,
here.
I think.
78.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's just such a nice feeling to share the cultures and talk to the players. Once you get to top 8, though, it becomes quite a competition, and it's such a great title to win, you know. For me, coming from a small country and having 2 World Cups, it's just, you know, it's great.
Almi, why do you think you've done so well in this tournament in the past?
Well, like I said, I'm always really happy here, and I really, really enjoy the friendly atmosphere. And quite honestly, my look in this oiling pattern is just as good as anybody's. So for me, it's just about executing, bowling well, and keeping in mind that I have to stay happy. Other tournaments, like the Worlds, like you say, are more tense, less friendly.
Yeah.
And I also think that when you come here and there's only one player, one female, one male, you kind of enjoy more hanging out with other people, other countries, more so than when you are traveling with your own team and you just stay within your own team. And I think that's the beauty of the World Cup. You know, it's about friendship more so than the actual competition.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of tournaments, world tournaments, where you've got teams, the teams just hang out together and there's not much interaction.
Not at all.
But here you have no choice but to hang out with other people because otherwise you're by yourself.
Yeah, exactly. So you see that. You see the groups of the Europeans together, the Asians together, and it's just so much fun, you know. I really enjoy the World Cup, and I really hope that I can represent my country for a lot of the coming years.
Okay, so when they announced that the World Cup was going to be in Siberia, what did you think?
I thought I'm going to be really, really cold, and actually went out yesterday for about half an hour.
Not so bad, right?
It's not so bad, but my face felt like it was going to fall off the next day. I get it.
And it was actually kind of warm yesterday for here, I
Yeah,
think.
for here it's warm. Somebody said in the elevator, but it's not so cold. It's only -4. I'm like, well, -4 is my freezer back home,
Yeah.
lady, so.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a change of pace from the Dominican Republic, where
Oh,
it's
yes.
warm and sunny and you got beaches, and here it's
But
cold and snowy. And
It's fun to come to these
agree.
exotic places
Yeah.
because otherwise you would never really think of coming to Krasnoyarsk, Siberia. You know,
No,
you're not
yeah,
going to take your vacation here.
in fact, you may be the Dominicans here. You guys may be the only Dominicans to ever come to Krasnoyarsk, Russia.
I agree. I agree.
It's possible.
I'm looking
it's
for
really
a
possible.
I love Krasnoyarsk sticker because I'm sure that will be the only sticker that says that back home.
Put that on your car back
Yes,
home, right?
for sure.
Yeah, it's always cool. The World Cup always tends to be in kind of different places around the world than what we go to for like the World Championships, and more unique destinations that are kind of
know,
fun to go to.
Yeah, and also, you know what? You always come to these bowling centers, Lucas. You know, you go to tournaments all over, and sometimes the bowling center's not so nice.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
older bowling
sure.
centers. But when you come to the World Cup, you're usually competing in a world-class bowling center that's brand new, beautiful. So that also plays a role. I mean, when you're bowling as a bowler, you want to be happy on the lanes.
Yeah.
And when you come to the World Cup, you're always happy on the lanes.
Yeah, it seems like the World Cup always comes to centers that are new or recently refurnished. It's really nice bowling centers, and this one is. I mean, this is first class.
It is
This
beautiful.
bowling center is beautiful, and great to have the hotel all built into the venue.
Thank
and,
God, I don't have to go out,
We don't
Lucas.
have to go outside if we don't want to.
My flip-flops are not designed for this weather. So what do you enjoy the most, Lucas? You do live streaming and all over the world, all over tournaments in the US.
Yeah.
So what would you say is your most enjoyable?
Well, from a social standpoint, this one is right up there. I mean, it's more fun. There's a little more laid back. It's
Relaxed.
not as much pressure or stress. So this is a pretty fun event to do. This is only I think this is my 5th World
Yeah.
Cup, and it's the second time live streaming it, and so it's a real treat to be able to do it again because I think a lot of people like to watch it.
Oh,
so.
for sure. And I must say, I've made videos of all my World Cup finals, and the best video is France, because your voice is on the back
Oh, thank you very
narrating,
much.
so it makes a huge difference.
Yeah, well, we're gonna have live streaming all the way through to the end.
It's awesome.
This week again.
I'm going to say hello to any
Sure, go
Latinos
ahead.
that are up at this time. Hola a todos. Please watch, enjoy Lucas's work. He's going to be all day sitting here doing live streaming, and it's really a treat to have the chance to watch. I know there's live scoring, but watching some of the bowling is also great, and he does a great job, so
Thank you.
make sure you enjoy that.
So, which squad do you bowl on today?
I bowl next.
You
I
bowl
bowl
in
at
the next
4.
squad. Okay.
Yes.
And what is your game plan for the pattern?
I had my best look yesterday. I throw Storm, and my best look was my Roto Grip Defiant Soul. And that looked pretty good all practice session. I'm hoping I can stick with that ball because the carry percentage was quite high. And like I said here, it's pretty easy to get to the pocket, I would say. And the trick is going to be carry and, executing, making good shots, right? So I'm hoping I can stick with that ball all day and just bowl well. I really enjoy it here. I really feel no pressure whatsoever. I think everybody here, because it's only one man and one woman, you feel like a champion when you get here because you're representing your whole country and it's just you, So you always on your best behavior on the lanes and trying to make friends and trying to make a good showing for your country. So for me, that's about it. That's my game plan. Just have fun out there.
Almi Guerra of the Dominican Republic is our guest, and Almi's going to be bowling on the next squad. We've already seen, I'm going to put you on the spot here, we've already seen 2 300 games. How many do you think we will have by the end of the tournament?
Ooh, that's a hard one. Let's say you've got 2 squads. You've already seen 2 300 games on the men's side. I'm going to say every day, possibly I think they're going to be 300s for the men's squad every day.
You think so?
I think so. So
So
perhaps.
we could be looking at double digits.
Oh, for sure.
I was thinking 10 after the first squad.
Yeah, I'm going to go with you, Lucas, because
Yeah.
I think you're pretty educated this way. So I'll say 10. I've never shot 300 here,
No?
but in Johannesburg, I had 5 games over 270.
Wow.
So I'm hoping maybe
you're
this
due.
year, yeah, I'm due.
You're due for one.
I hope so. It's always fun to shoot 300, but in my brain it's just 100 over.
That's right.
But the crowd enjoys it, so you
They
always
do.
want to do it for the crowd. That's the
Now-
other thing I wanted to say, Lucas. When you
Yes.
get to the finals here, and talking about that friendly atmosphere, I feel such a connection to the crowd, but the crowd is the bowlers, right?
Right,
It's
sure,
all the
usually.
bowlers that are back there, and they get their favorites, they root for their favorites, and you actually can feel that on the lanes, and to have your peers cheering for you, it's such a great feeling, man. That's why I always loved getting to the finals here, because it's a great experience, really.
Well, let's hope that you get there again this year. But it's a long ways to
It's a
go,
long
and it's a lot of
ways.
games, and it's just, you know.
You look at it
If it's
one
meant to
cut
be,
at a
it's meant to
time.
be.
Yeah, one cut at a time, and just do your best, and whatever happens in the end happens.
So do you find the conditions here this year, at least in the practice session, how do they compare to the last couple of years, the lane condition?
Well, for me, I've come here every year, and I always have a good look. But what I find is when I bowled in Johannesburg, I bowled with one ball the entire event and never really moved around a lot. That was it. That was the ball.
Yeah.
And that was great in the sense that it simplified things for me. Last year in Poland, I bowled well as well, but I used all my bowling balls and I bowled all over the lanes. So for me, yesterday what I saw, it was more similar to Johannesburg. I didn't have to move around a lot. My ball that worked at the beginning seemed to work towards the end, just more left. So it looks simple. I mean, it looks simple in practice. When you
Right,
start
sure,
for score,
sure.
it starts getting complicated. Official practice is usually real for about 10 minutes, and
Right.
then it just becomes, something.
Well, nobody's shooting any spares.
No
and so
spares.
yeah,
The
they don't
oil
break
moves
down the
around.
same.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I don't take much from official practice, other than getting used to the approaches and the look of the bowling center, which is different, I must say.
Yeah.
The ceiling is so high.
Sure.
You feel kind of a lot of room around you. So that's all I take from official practice. Once score starts, you have to execute and you have to really keep your eyes open for changes. Here, you don't want to miss the transition.
Yeah, you can't afford to, it seems
No.
like, because when the scores are high, you really you can't afford to have a bad game in there. I mean, I saw Tori Torgerson last squad in front of us here, bowl the 150 in the middle of the block, and it's a killer.
It's a killer.
When it takes 250 to lead the squad.
I think for the men, I would say 220 would be like 200 to 220 would be what you want as your bad game, let's
Right,
say. For
yeah.
the women, 190, 180 to 200 would be your bad game. So
Yeah, scores will be a little lower on the women's side, but you know,
because of carry.
yeah.
I think the women bowl this sort of patterns more like smarter than the men. I
Really?
think
Yeah,
we
they
break
usually
it
do.
down
Yeah, I agree.
better. Mainly because we really can't move left and wheel it, I think. But that makes the breakdown so much better. The men just burn it up. I watched Manino. He was using the ball he brought for his spares.
Really.
Yeah, and he was going 24 to like wherever, you know.
It didn't matter, just
Stand
anywhere
here,
to the
throw
right.
it over there, you know.
Yeah.
So I think really I don't think the women can score as high, but I do believe that they break it down nicer.
Well, we'll see. I think there's always the potential when the lanes are a little on the easier side for the women to kind of light them up a little bit more.
Yeah.
But the men have really shined so far today, and
Well, it's a scoring fest
yeah,
here.
yeah. It will come down to carry, I think, and you get the right ball in your hand and
Away you go.
carrying it. See if you can get the 10 pin out. And
Well, you know what? It makes you say that it's on the easier side, and it is true, but it is also a scoring fest. So you really cannot afford to shoot bad games or bad shots. Really, you're really against the wall to perform, even though the lanes are forgiving, because somebody out there's loving it
Sure.
and is making perfect shots.
it's a different kind of pressure.
It's a
know
different
that
kind
you
of
can't
pressure.
really
you
miss
can't
that
miss.
much.
You really can't miss.
Yeah.
And you don't want to put yourself in a spot where, you're looking at, I got to make up 100 pins on a scoring fest, because that means you got to average quite high to make up those pins.
So, Almi, is there anybody on the women's side that you view as some of your top competition?
Well, I think there's a lot of good bowlers here. I always, before I come to the World Cup, I look at the list. I think everybody does that. You
Sure,
look at the
yeah, of
list
course.
and you kind of, you know the players and you know who your competition is. And I would say that if I was to mention 5 good bowlers, of course, Danielle, who was in Poland last year from USA, and she finished 4th, had a 300 game. So she's one of the ones that I'm sure going to be up there. Also, Caroline Lagrange, she won in 2009. She's a great bowler. So she's also going to be up there, I'm sure. We got Cherry Tan. She's a lefty. I haven't seen lefties that much. Don't know if the left side is different somehow or harder. I'm not sure, but I'm sure Cherry will be up there.
We did have a lefty on the men's side. The first squad bowled really well. The
Yeah.
Australian guy, David Porto, bowled really well on the left side.
So the left side probably is as good as the right side. So Cherry will be up there. Singapore has a great program. Shayna won last year in the final. She got me. Bowled great all tournament. And I think Sandra Anderson from Sweden,
Sure.
Grace
Yeah.
Lane from Netherlands. I mean, there's 10 really good bowlers out there,
Yep.
you know. So you got to be on your toes. It's no gimme, you know.
Yeah, it's not an easy tournament to win either. It's a lot of games, and it's you get into the matches, and then you get into the step ladder.
And you still have to win it in the final.
Yeah,
No matter what you
right.
do during qualifying, there's always that final where you have to. I had that in Johannesburg. I bowled so well, you know. But in the end, you're still facing Deandra's Beatty in the
Right,
final. So
exactly.
it's never a gimme, you know. And that was a 2-pin win for me in the end. I mean, so it's not easy to win the World Cup. People say to me, so how come you won that twice? Was it easy? I said, it's never easy. It's not an easy event to win. I don't think any event out there is easy to win. This is no exception.
Well, we are in game 3 now. Pace of play pretty quick.
Pretty quick.
But the more strikes they throw, the faster they bowl. So
And 3 on a pair makes it quick.
Yes,
For me,
it
that's
does.
key. I
Yeah.
have to be careful because when the pace is so fast, I kind of get fast myself.
you almost
So
have to pace yourself and
yes,
slow it down a little
slow
bit.
it down because you know.
I know you're go all the time, lots of
Yeah.
energy, ready to go, and so just got to kind of keep that in check a little bit, right?
And I slept 12 hours last night.
So did I.
9 to
12-hour
9.
club.
Yeah. I was due for some sleep.
Yeah.
Jet lag is always a problem.
Yeah, I was asleep pretty early last night too.
9.
Yeah.
That's it.
So yeah, it's always rough the jet lag coming. I mean, it's what 12
hours
12 hours
for
for
me.
you guys.
Yeah, 12
14 hours for me, 12 for you. It's pretty tough when you
And you're
when you
hungry
flip
at
the clock.
odd times,
It's
aren't
exactly
you?
right. Yeah. Yeah, you flip the clock and it
Yeah.
really messes you up a little
You're
bit.
going for breakfast, but you feel like steak.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Exactly. All right, Almi. Well, if you want to stop by again later in the week, feel free. I know that you might want to go watch some folks bowl, but you're always welcome to stop by and chat with us. We always like to have you on here. So
Thank you, Lucas, for inviting
And-
me. I'll come back and chat. And
Yeah.
hello to everybody on the live stream. Keep watching. It's going to get better as the week progresses.
Yeah, maybe you can come back later tonight and let us know how it went for you.
Sure. I'll
Okay.
come back after bowling.
Yeah,
Thanks,
sounds
Lucas.
good. Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Almi. Almi Guerra from the Dominican Republic stopping by for a little bit to chat with us. Thank you to Almi. And good luck to her in the first round of qualifying a little bit later on today. And it looks like we've got standings updated here. You can see them starting to scroll on the bottom of your screen. Kind of expected that Misha Kalika of Ukraine would be in the lead, 269, 279. That is a 274 average after 2 games. Although not going so well for him this game, through 5 frames, no strikes. And second place is Alex DeFries, 300, 223 for a 261.5 average. And then Soneth Lockhart of the Bahamas, 247, 268 in third place on this squad. So some pretty good scores early on here on the second squad of the day. So I'm actually going to step away here for a couple of minutes, but I'll be back with you in just a little bit here as we are about halfway through Game 3 here on this second men's qualifying squad of Round 1 at the QubicaAMF World Cup live from Krasnoyarsk, Russia. I'll be back with you in just a little bit.
Estonia. No, it's Philippines, is it? Where's
right, I'm going to pop back on here, folks, because we've got a developing situation with a potential 300 game brewing off to the right of our featured pair from the Philippines. So trying to make some arrangements here to get a look at what's going on. So bear with me here. You slide it over, and you'll see the Filipino bowler right there, the lefty. He's got the front 9. And he just left a 7 pin. So that'll end his run. But I don't see anybody else within view of our cameras here that could bowl a perfect game this time around. Doesn't look like anybody else has a chance this game, so I'm gonna go back to no commentary mode here for a little bit. I'm gonna just grab a quick bite of lunch and back with you in just a little bit here. All right, about ready to get started with game 4. We've got Philippines, French Guyana, Tajikistan, Singapore, Northern Ireland, and Brazil on the featured pairs for this game. Game 4, so we're halfway through the block now.
If there's something like if someone asks, they drop, they left it in here and no?
So the women, they bowl today at 4 p.m. Krasnoyarsk time, which is in about 2 hours, 40 minutes from now. We'll have re-oil before every squad. results after 3 games on this squad. Alex de Vries of the Netherlands leading the squad at 768. William Ching of Venezuela at 759. Benshir Leoso of the Philippines at 753. Sonic Lockhart of the Bahamas, 747. And Vincent Caillez of France at 740. Those are your top bowlers on this squad after 3 games. Wondering what time it is here in Krasnoyarsk. It is 1:24 p.m. and it is November 18th here. I know we've got a lot of people from around the world watching the coverage, so thank you for tuning in. Take a moment to remind you to follow QubicaAMF on Twitter at QubicaAMF, and also please like their Facebook page for the World Cup, which is QubicaAMF Bowling World Cup on Facebook. You can get there directly by going to facebook.com/QubicaAMF World Cup. QubicaAMF World Cup on Facebook. Please give them a like on their page. We'll try to build up the number of folks that they've got on their page, so take a look. Well, we've got the Filipino bowler with the front 5 this game so far. He's the same one that made it run at 300 last game, starting with the front 9. Have to keep an eye on that as we move along here. The Italian bowler, a couple of pairs away, has the front 5 right now. That's all I see in terms of bowlers starting with a string of strikes. String comes to an end for Leoso, the Philippines, with that 2-4-7 leave. Keep an eye on the bottom of the screen for the scrolling results. Those are updated after 3 games on this squad, and of course they include the bowlers who bowled this morning in their first squad, and they are sorted based on average.
Будут свои, нет, я думаю, я один. Ира работает.
Also, the Philippines on the verge of another big game here. The lefty shoot 277. Does a couple of more strikes to close out game 4. Strike will put him in the 270s. He's going to have a big total after 4 games. He's already up there near the top of the standings. So 277 for the bowler for the Philippines puts him at 1030 for 4 games. Puts him at about a 257 average, I think. Yeah, 257.5 average for Leoso. Final shots coming up here of game 4. right, they're making the move for game 5 here. Right on the pace that they should be to finish on time, if not a few minutes early, like the last squad. For this 5th game on the featured pairs, we're going to have South Africa, Venezuela, and Latvia, England, Macau, and Mauritius. Looks like they're about ready to blow the whistle and get us started with game 5.
Nobody here, right? Nobody here. No, yeah, talking. Amazing stuff. What you think was amazing. That's why I think we got one. We put the film together. You remember for Friday night, you remember Saturday. You took a piece to your trip and you have you got my tissue?
He's no trouble. So you just focus.
The problem now is when they're 400 pounds. I mean, bring the full page, push it with my nostril and blow it.
All right, there was the whistle. Not sure what the delay was, but a slight delay there. As we are now underway with game number 5 of 6. Looks like of the 6 players on our featured pairs, William Cheng with the highest score at 954. And I'm told that William's mom is watching back in Venezuela. Opportunity to see William bowl here as he starts off with a strike. You can see the standings are scrolling on the bottom of your screen, updated after 4 games already. So with 4 games in the books here on this squad, Benchir Leoso of the Philippines at 1030 is your leader, and actually averaging higher than what Peter Hellstrom did of Sweden on the first squad. Peter averaged 257.17, and Benchir with a 257.5 average after 4 games. William Ching of Venezuela is next on this squad at 994. Vincent Cailles of France is in third on this squad at 988. Sonic Lockhart of the Bahamas at 986. Alex de Vries of the Netherlands, 983. Those are your top 5 bowlers on this squad. You can always find the results anytime you want them on the QubicaAMF World Cup website, QubicaAMF.com. You can also click the link below the video here in the description. It'll says for results and live scoring, go here. You can click there, take you straight to the QubicaAMF website. Ching trying to keep it going here, and he's got the front 4 now. Mom's got to love that back home in Venezuela. we've got King from Macau with the front 5 on our other featured pair to the right. So we've got 2 players who have started out perfectly this game. And William Ching about to go here in the 5th. Another good shot. Front 5. You'll see King up on the right side of your screen there. He's in the black and orange shirt. Another great shot. Front 6 now for Macau. Leoso of the Philippines has got the front 6, or front 5, I should say. Yeah, and he just continues to whack up here. It's been a great day for the Filipino bowler. And he just left a 7 pin, so his string came to an end. But we've still got a couple of bowlers on our featured pairs with strings of strikes. King on the far right side of your screen. I'm sorry, Lee, my bad. It's Lee. Pac-Man Lee with the front 6. You got Macau and Mauritius on the same pair, and it's MAC and MAU, and it's a little easy to get them confused. So Lee with another strike, front 7. That is Derek Lee with the front 7 from Macau. William Ching up now, left side of your screen, front 5, and he pulled that one and leaves the 6, 9, 10. All right, let's see if Lee can get another one. He's going to be up here in just a moment. The lefty from Macau, China. Had the honor of visiting Macau on a trip to Hong Kong a couple of years ago. Not too far, just a ferry boat ride away. Of course, they've got all the casinos. It's like the Las Vegas of Asia. Lee keeps it going, front 8. Here we go again, folks. Already had 1 300 on our live stream pairs. Alex DeFries, first game of this block. We had the first 300 of the game from Lithuania, game 6 of squad 1. I see somebody down on the very last pair that we're using who's got a string of strikes as well. Try to check out the live scoring and see if I can figure out what's going on down there. All right, here's Lee with the front 8. Far right side of your screen. Trying to keep it going. That's a little inside. Oh, and it held in there for the strike in the front 9. Whoever is down on the very end also has got a long string of strikes. Still waiting for that to load. It very well may be Kalika from the Ukraine. Lee with the front 9. Let's see if we can get another. Looks good, and he does. He gets the 7-pin out for the strike. And that is Israel's or Avram with the front 8 down on lane number 30 right now. So Derek Lee of Macau, front 10, 2 strikes away from our third 300 game of the tournament. Can the lefty get the job done? It's on track, and he gets it out again. Another strike in the front 11. Here we go. One strike away now from another perfect game. Take a closer look at it here on the camera. Lefty from Macau tries to put another 300 game on the board here in game 5. Taking an awful long time on this shot. Here it is. Oh, 300! Another one! And it's our third of the day and the third in the first round here at the World Cup. Very nicely done by Derek Lee of Macau, China. So two of our three 300 games have taken place right here on Bowl TV on the live streaming pairs. And this looks like it's going to be a very high scoring tournament. All right, so just wrapping up our fifth game here, and fireworks again. Another 300 game, 3 on the day. Cows, Derek Lee with a 300 game. What a day! What a way to start the World Cup coverage here. It's been a great game for William Ching of Venezuela. He's going to get to 277 if he can strike on his final ball. It's on the left side there. Guy Kaminsky also with a good game working here. He can shoot 228. Although when you've got people shooting 300 and 270s around you, I guess 228's not so good. But how lucky are we? 2 300s on Bowl TV, featured pairs. Maybe the bowlers want to put on a little bit of a show for us here on Bowl TV. We certainly appreciate it. We like to have 300 games live on Bowl TV. They are very entertaining to watch. One more shot to go this game on our featured pairs from Latvia. Barzins shoot 184 with a strike on the final shot, and game 5 coming to a close. Still got a couple of pairs to finish before we call this game complete, and we've got one more game to go on this squad. Well, while we have a break in the action, I want to remind you to follow QubicaAMF on Twitter, at QubicaAMF. And you can also follow me on Twitter, at Lucas_Wiseman. At Lucas_Wiseman. I'll post those links, or those Twitter handles in the chat for you. Make it a little easier to find us. Got looks like one pair still finishing up down on the high end of the bowling center. By the way, 32 lanes here at this brand new bowling center. It's a beautiful facility. Very high ceilings.
Mami, te quiero.
Il y en a assez?
All right, so moving over for our next game here. Should get started at any moment, and we will have, looks like Scotland, France, India, Finland, Iceland, and Uzbekistan for this final game. Just waiting on the whistle to come in here to get started. I think we've got one bowler still moving to their next pair.
So, you know, you had all kinds of ball down for
There's the whistle finally, and we're ready to get going with our final game of the squad. It's also the final game of the day for the men. The women will be coming up starting in about an hour and 45 minutes. At 4 p.m. Krasnoyarsk time. Looks like our standings on the bottom of the screen are updated, and as they scroll through, you should get to the top of the standings again here momentarily. Ben Shirleoso of the Philippines still leading the squad at 254.8 average. William Ching of Venezuela right behind him, though, at a 254.2 average. Vincent Gaius of France is third on the squad, 247.4 average. You can find the standings at QubicaAMF.com. Click on the World Cup link at the top of the page. Based on average, Peter Hellstrom of Sweden still leading with a game to go here. Peter bowled this morning, averaged 257.17. French bowler with the front 4. Still a little early to say that we've got something brewing here, but he has started with 4 strikes in a row. Another one for the Frenchman, 5 in a row. I don't see anybody else who has started with a string of strikes other than what's on our featured pair here. Peter asking what the qualifying cutoff will be after game 6, and it looks like it could be around a 230 average. But again, they have to bowl 24 games of qualifying before the first cut is made. So it is a long ways to go. See if he can get another one here. Yep, front 6. All right, so Kaya's with the front 6. You can see him there on the left side of your screen. Very clearly, says France right on the back of the jersey. Got a lot of French fans watching in the chat. I see Magnifique. So far, so good. 6 strikes in a row. Trying to keep it going here. The lefty. Oh, and he pulled it. leaves the 4-pin, so no 300 this game. Almost to the point where we expect them now, isn't it? Already had 300 games and a 299 so far today in the men's qualifying. But that is where it's going to remain. There's nobody else on this squad who can roll 300 this game. Doesn't appear. Gaia's with the spare after the front 6, so he still has a great game going. Women will be on the lanes in 90 minutes. 1 hour, 30 minutes is when the women will start. Only a couple of frames to go, 2 frames left before we have another break in the action here. Wobbling 7-pin for Calles. His max score is still 242 this game. 10th frame getting ready to begin. Our final frame of the day for the men. And all of the men will be done for the day after this frame is over. Guy is trying to finish strong. There's a strike. A couple of more will put him at 242. Again, just wrapping up our final game, and then we will have a break for about an hour and 20 minutes before we get started with the women's opening squad. Again, that will begin at 4 p.m. Krasnoyarsk time in about an hour and 20 minutes. One more shot to go. Uzbekistan will close things out for us. And that is going to wrap things up for the men today. Again, the women will be starting in about an hour and 20 minutes, so stand by. We'll be back in an hour and 20 minutes with our continuing coverage of the QubicaAMF World Cup here on Bowl TV.